You know what? I wasn't gonna say anything, but I decided I want you to feel as uncomfortable as I do. And I want you to know that I saw your text messages and I think you're disgusting.
Palm color people, they are at it again. And I love our sis courage. Like, she told him to his face. And that is what I love about today's video. Hey gorgeous people, hey beautiful people, how you all doing today? Hope you guys are doing amazing. Well, my name is Maria David and I am back again with another interesting video. So let me just tell you what's going on so you understand the video you're about to watch. You're on a flight. Just imagine you're on a flight, you're traveling, and you're sitting next to man, and you know they start texting somebody like, I hope they increase the price of flights so that we don't have to be sitting next to this huge black woman. Let me play the video for you also. Watch.
You know what? I wasn't gonna say anything, but I decided I want you to feel as uncomfortable as I do. And I want you to know that I saw your text messages and I think you're disgusting.
What text message?
You know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna repeat it because everybody doesn't need to know, but I want you to know that I know. I saw you and I think that you're disgusting. You don't have anything to say to that, right? Yeah, I didn't think so. And speaking of, you should. And speaking of airlines weeding people out, maybe if they raise prices, you know, maybe you wouldn't be able to afford to sit with your family. That way they don't have to sit next to black people. Okay? Yeah. No, yeah, you don't have to be sorry to me. You're sorry because I saw it. But I want you to feel as uncomfortable as I do sitting next to you.
Okay, I am.
You should be.
Text message it was sending. She finally posted the text message it was sending, and here is the text message it was sending to whoever it was sending it to. So now the question now is, what she did, was it right or wrong? Because while I was gathering stitches for this video, people, black community were saying, some were saying, you were very nosy. You're not supposed to be looking at your somebody's phone while he's chatting. It's none of your business. You were too nosy. Stop nosing on people's phone. And other people were like, go girl, I love the way you stood for yourself. I love the way you stood. I want to know what you think down in the comment section. Do you think she did right or wrong? I have what I think, and I'm going to be sharing with you guys at the end of the stitches I'm going to be playing. All right?
I think we can all agree that none of the isms are ever okay, that it's never okay to justify someone disliking someone else based on something that they cannot control. That being said, I think that a lot of us really need to come to grips with what we allow to bother us. We need to do better in terms of like our emotional IQs. And what I mean by that is that everything that offends you does not have to be addressed. And I want to be very clear. If somebody is saying things, you know, to you that you find offensive or harmful, by all means stand up for yourself. But somebody sitting next to you texting somebody, you shouldn't have been in their phone in the first place.
All your text messages and I think you're disgusting.
What text message?
You know exactly what I'm talking.
What text messages? Why lie? What text messages? Why play dumb? If you said the shit, you said the shit. They want to be, what text messages? You know good and fucking well what she was talking about. And also, kudos to her for standing up for herself. Like, that's how you do that shit. I know her heart must have been palpitating. But that's how we gonna do now. That's how we gonna do. Period. It should be no reason why a black person being in a social shared space should make you uncomfortable. And if it does enough to make you write something disgusting through text message or text your other family in a group chat, then maybe you should really get some fucking therapy. Nan and a boo-boo, that's what you get.
You know what? I wasn't gonna say anything, but I decided.
Yeah, the balls that it took for her to do that, fucking props. Because I've been in this situation before, and I'm sure many other women have as well. It wasn't racial, but it was something inappropriate and sexual that a man was texting about me, and I did not have the balls to call them out. That takes a lot of courage to be in that situation and to not just turn a blind eye. I am so sorry that you had to go through that she had to go through that, because I don't know if she's going to see this, but good for you for sticking up for yourself and saying something. I know that wasn't easy, especially as a woman confronting a man. People are crazy, and you literally have no idea what someone's going to do. But you handled that so gracefully and so respectfully. Shut that man up real fucking quick.
When are we going to have this conversation about how fear drives many white people, especially the ones who are the rabid white supremacists? They are every minute, I don't know how they live. Every second, they are gripped by existential fear. Like everything is a threat to their existence, and it must be stamped out. It must be controlled. I can't speak about on that. Are they even aware that group that's just so full of fear? And when you look at all this mountain climbing and skydiving and all this sort of stereotypical things ascribed to white people, it's very much giving, I can face my fear. And it's like, it rules you though. It's very disturbing. And I'm looking at all this access we have to this technology, and the curtain has been pulled back, so the wizard is fully exposed to be a charlatan and a fake. Everybody can edit a video. Everyone can put on these these filters, and everybody can have their face beat to the gods, and everybody's getting the secrets that used to only be only a few used to be privy to. And so that's power that's being lost there. All of that, all of this new technology, all of this access, all of this, the world has gotten smaller. That's power lost to people who used to have it exclusively. If not exclusively, then almost exclusively. It's power lost. And I think that all of these gender wars, and especially black men on these podcasts, all feel that the power dynamic has shifted somehow. And it's not solidified, but they understand it's never going to be the same. And that's historical. This is cyclical with white people. I can't speak for man. Well, for men too, for the masculine energy too. I feel my power slipping in a way. So now we must start to behave like less than human.
You know what? I wasn't gonna say anything, but I decided.
Yo, I've seen this a couple times, right? And I've always had the same reaction. Why are you in that person's phone? Like, I could be the worst person in the world. It don't matter. I can sit here and text whatever I want, and it can be deplorable. I get that. That man is probably, is a racist and don't like black people. Whatever. It don't matter. If he's not bothering you, his racism ain't your business. And the only reason why he's bothering you is because you were in his business. If that man If the roles were reversed and that man was all up in your text messages, you would have a problem. Like, parents don't even like their kids watching them text. Get out that man's phone.
This is exactly why I said all palm color people can be racist. There's nothing in the world that can change my mind about the way I feel. And I said what I said.
We all read that, right? I just want you to remember that right there is a type of person that says, I'm not racist. That's a type of person because they don't feel comfortable confronting racism or addressing it in any way, shape, or form, require white comfort from black bodies and brown bodies. That's the type of person that sits up and says, I don't see color. We're all one race. Yeah. Why didn't he comply? Yeah. That's it right there. Racism is a dangerous, undiagnosed disease, and it needs to be stopped in all of its forms.
Be sorry to me. You're sorry because I saw it. But I want you to feel as uncomfortable as I do sitting next to you.
That's what I'm talking about. I want every racist to feel as uncomfortable as that itch you're ashamed to scratch in public.
You know what? I wasn't going to say anything, but I decided.
So if you haven't, please watch this video, because literally this lady presented herself in the most articulate and like just such in a dignified way, and that's really important because I think as believers of Christ we can become so complacent in being kind, but God calls us to speak up and out against things that don't align with his word. And he didn't call us to be kind, he called us to live the word. And I think it's really important that we do that, because you can stand up for the will of the word of God and stand up against sin and things that are wrong with this world in such a dignified way, just like this woman did. And I'm going to take a page out of her book and do that more.
Maybe if they raise prices, you know, maybe you wouldn't be able to afford to sit with your family.
So sorry about this, but I know some of y'all don't like it. Don't really care, but I got to keep it on today because I'm trying to cook breakfast for my family, and I don't feel like doing my hard just to make a video. And it's like in rollers and everything, so it is what it is. But I keep telling y'all this here out that the biggest lie the devil ever convinced y'all to believe is that a lot of black people are poor. A lot of black people were poor. A lot of black people come from poverty situations. But make sure none of us in my eye. But a lot of us have gotten the education, have gotten the certifications. We are doing really good in life. If you went into the projects and went inside some of those apartments, your mind would be blown. Lord forbid, just regular black people houses. So if they start raising prices, we gonna be the ones affected. And not because of food stamps or welfare, but because we got it.
I wasn't going to say anything, but I decided I want you to feel as uncomfortable as I.
I just have to say that this woman is literally so brave, because me, I'd have been this man a racist. But I honestly think she has the right idea. White people love to make us feel uncomfortable, but you know what? I think she's right. We're gonna be uncomfortable regardless. So how about I make you just as uncomfortable as I am? Because if I'm uncomfortable, we both about to be uncomfortable, baby. And I just want to say, like, that is so brave to be that strong and to sit right there and stand in your power. Because, whoo, girl, I'm gonna need to work on that. But I just really am just like, wow. And the fact that he was like, I'm sorry. And she's like, no, you're sorry, I saw. And I was like, no, she's real for that. She was so real for that.
And I want you to know that I saw your text messages and I think you're disgusting.
What text?
So basically, this black woman was sitting next to a guy on a flight, and he sent some text messages that she didn't like. The message said that she's a big black woman, which are just descriptors and aren't racist. Like, if somebody's big, black, and a woman, then calling him a big black woman would make sense, right? But apparently he said some derogatory stuff about black people and whatever, and then she just felt so disgusted. Like, they're literally text messages. Who gives a shit? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words may never hurt me. And I don't understand why people feel the need to get so upset over words that don't affect you at all. Like, oh, you start talking bad about black people. Who gives a shit? You're on a flight. You're never going to see them again. All right? That's over. But I guess people are just too damn sensitive nowadays.
You know what? I wasn't going to say anything. But I decided.
So this went viral on Twitter, and a lot of people were more concerned at the fact that this lady was reading the other person's text messages than the actual racism. I just feel like if I'm looking around and I happen to see something and it has a descriptor or a word that's describing me, I'm going to continue to read. I just like to live by that general rule of, if you're going to make me uncomfortable, then I'm going to make sure that you are uncomfortable. And she was way nicer than most, because this could have been a whole ass scene.
I say it take a lot of courage. It take a lot of courage. I am proud of you for standing up for yourself. This is the type of stuff that we encounter in the Virgin Islands. Puerto Rico is our sister island. So I know look, I've seen it too many times where I have racist individuals who take their behind and bring themselves to the Virgin Islands and want to come with their racism. But he was bold enough to... I'm glad you called him out. Thank you for calling him out, because he needed to be called out. And that sorry don't mean nothing, because guess what? He's sorry he get caught. That's what they do all the time. They always try to pacify the situation by saying sorry, thinking that it's just going to erase everything. No, you are racist. We're going to know you as a racist for the rest of your life. You cannot change that. And I wish they would just stay where they at. Stay in your boring hell of a town and don't come and spew your racism. Like, it's tired now.
You know what? I wasn't going to say anything, but I decided.
I am so embarrassed of white people. Systemic racism is active, rampant, and disgusting in this country. And to this woman, I am so sorry that you had to see that and experience that. And for everything else that you've experienced in your life and generational trauma that has undoubtedly occurred. I'm sorry. I'm sitting here steeped in white privilege just because of the stupid, dumb luck of being born with white skin. White people do better. Watch this video. Think of things that you've done in your life that maybe you didn't think were racist, but absolutely were. And feel that shame. You need to feel that shame so that you can change and move forward in a different way. And ma'am, I can't change the whole world. I want more people to see your video. I want it to touch people. But I want you to know that I see you and that I'm sorry. And I'm proud of you for using your voice, for seeing that and saying something, for making him uncomfortable.
You know what? I wasn't going to say anything, but I decided.
You can honestly go back and watch all 3 videos if you need to. When I say I am so happy that she said something, like, I got out of my bed cheering, because, sir, who the fuck do you think you are? It's the audacity for me. It's the unmitigated gall for me. Talking about he hope airlines continue to raise the prices so some of us can't travel. Bitch, you must not know. Black people were doing nothing on that plane but existing. And here come people hating. I'm so glad she said something. So glad she said something. Bravo, sis. Bravo.
But I want you to know that I know. I saw you, and I think that you're disgusting.
So 2 things. First thing, this is the main reason why I be nosy, okay? And people always want to talk shit about me being nosy. And, you know, mind other people's business. But this why. Second thing, this motherfucker said he hopes airline prices continue to be raised, to be weeded out. Well, motherfucker, you can't even afford to pick your own seat. What make you think you're going to be able to afford the raising of airline prices? Sounds like you're the one that's going to be weeded out, my good sir. Step your pussy up, broke ass bitch.
Now, this is what I think. I feel like she prognosing on this man's phone. It might be because the man has already made her feel uncomfortable already, because you're sitting next to somebody, like the way she looks, the way she presented herself, she looks like someone that she doesn't like problems, she doesn't like wahala. Wahala is problem, okay? She doesn't want any issue. Like, she's very, you know, bougie. I just love her presentation and everything. The way she looks and the way she was talking, you will know that she's someone that doesn't just she's not just gonna be looking at your phone if there was not a problem or there was not an issue to look at the phone. So now I feel like he had already made her feel uncomfortable already. Then he grabbed his phone and started, you know, talking, and she was like curious, like, this guy is definitely talking about me. Maybe her instinct is already telling her. All right, she was like, he's talking about me. And that was how, you know, she just saw the message. And I feel like she's, and when you watch the video, she was like, I didn't want to comfort you before, but I'm going to make you also feel uncomfortable as well. And he now said he's sorry. He apologized. He apologized and said he's sorry. Really? Because she saw the message. My own is, that's the first take for my own. The second take is, do you think if they increase the prices of flights, black people can afford it? Do you think black people are just supposed to be poor, or we are just poor? Some people are richer than you. So a lot safe are richer than you. Because you're white does not automatically mean that you are rich. Some black people are richer than you. Just take a chill pill. If they increase the prices of the plane, of flight, doesn't mean that you will see sickness. You don't even have money, and yes, oh god, I got. I'd love to know what you all think in that comment section, because this video got me like, I'm like, okay, what she did, was she right or wrong? What she did, was she right or wrong? Should we like clap for her or be like, no girl, don't do that? But when I actually sit down and think about it, I was like, okay, she didn't do wrong. To me, she didn't do wrong, because I feel like the man had already made her feel uncomfortable before sending that message. So she was already like feeling uncomfortable already, and she just had to look at what he's texting, and she now finally saw what was going on. So my people, I would like to hear your thoughts down in the comment section. You all know we have conversations down in the comment section, and I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section. Okay, don't forget to like this video. If you watch the video to this point, you are the real G in this channel. Thumbs up, subscribe, make sure you're subscribed to my channel, please, and turn on the post notification bell so you get notified when I post videos like this. All right, so I'm gonna see you in my next video, and don't forget to stay fabulous.